I should Unrivaled
Rast
back
aerials.
at that.
Rast aerials versus Craggasm. We had to basically retire from playing against each other. It got super degen. It was awful.
We don't get that degen playing Smash Ultimate yet.
Well, there's so many characters. The Rival's a great game, but it has like 12 characters, and we would play the same 3. And it would just be like, okay, well, let's just go for offstage spikes for 9 years. And we gave that up. All right, grand finals. Tyroy making the push through losers bracket, taking out Anonymous Moniker in third.
Not mean to go to the Battlefield
False start.
version of this.
False start. Moniker leaving on Battlefield versions of things. Everyone forgetting.
As he does.
Moniker with the eternal third place. Tyroy also fighting through. Who are you playing losers semis?
I don't know who
he beat out Earl. Then he beat out Josh King.
No, he did not play Josh King. We saw Earl versus
Earl
Josh
fought
King.
Josh King, and then Tyroy fought Earl. That's what happened. Okay, anyway. Tyroy got knocked down a little bit early by Moniker, got his revenge in losers finals. So here we are, grand finals. Super Dan versus Meta Tyroy, Pichu Mario for the title of Ignition 165 Grand Champion.
Already pushing this advantage state to its fullest right now as Tyroy, and looking for that back air drag down off the right side, which would have been lethal, I have to think. Not quite enough to get it done yet at this point.
Yeah, Tyroy with the excellent start. Dan looking not even shaken up, but he's looking like he needs to
land.
Yeah, land. He looks like he missed an input or two just early on from not playing the game for like a half hour to an hour. And sometimes it just takes you a second to recalibrate. Tyroy, meanwhile, just played 2 straight sets that went pretty well quick in his favor. So Tyroy's had some time to kind of feel himself as he hits that forward tilt with the stock lead. Pretty sizable. Dan's got to spend some time getting in rhythm before Tyroy runs away with this.
Yeah, the cape working out to his favor a little bit, but ooh, that down air leading to good damage. Not the biggest advantage state in the world, though, which allows these re-grabs from Dan. Now suddenly the boot is on the other foot, but okay, Pikachu going to sneak out.
Wow. Okay. A lot of damage happened there really fast. I thought that was like a good read, and I looked down at the percent expecting to see like 60, and he just caught him and he died to use Pichu. But post-hit, it was like 100 damage, which means Mario's like 2 quick wins in neutral into like mini combos put on 80 damage. That's crazy.
This is going to be an explosive matchup.
Absolutely. There's a lot of people running around saying things like Mario's mid-tier. Stop that, please. This character is absolutely very viable, has excellent combo chains. Ladder's still an absolute thing. It just doesn't play exactly the way that it did in Smash 4, so people aren't quite used to it.
You see up throws the starter a lot of the time here for Mario, which is, I mean, just a minor difference between the two. Oh, the ladders are not necessarily nearly as confirmed unless there's, you know, a battlefield layout.
Dan going for the up B because he had to. The neutral B there from Tyroy was perfectly spaced. Forced Dan to up B just a little too high and gets him with the forward tilt. But Dan absolutely is, this game isn't like even, but he brought it pretty far back. They were even a moment ago, considering he had a really rough first stock. Meanwhile, Tyroy just trying to keep on keeping on, play his game, win as many neutral exchanges as he can, not let Mario run back on him with any crazy combos. But right there, taking that second stock.
That was a Pichu death.
That was a Pichu death. And now we're like 1 grab away.
That was like up air real close to the ground and killed Pichu at like 110. But Pichu's still in a great spot, waiting out at the ledge. Ledge trapping like a monster here is Tyroy. You see that part of his gameplay from Smash 4 very easily adapted to Smash Ultimate, using the quick advantages that Pichu allows. And the lethality too, because remember you have back air off the side, you have forward tilt off the side. These are things that all kill Mario at this percent.
And Dan got that grab, got 1 tech chase, now Pichu's at death percent, especially because Pichu. Also, these reflected neutral Bs. Cape has the exponential increase in damage from reflectors, for those of you who don't pay as much attention to that. So, neutral Bs coming back and hitting Pichu for 10 damage. That's a lot of damage for Pichu to inhale.
Yeah, that's like a 1/6 of your health bar as Pichu versus a character like Mario.
Back throw not quite going to do it this early. Mario's back throw, I don't believe, kills as well as it did in the last game. You really have to catch them on ledge. Dan showing off the parry real quick.
So we'll eventually KO.
Yeah, it will eventually KO, especially on Pichu. As up throw. No, he's just going to go for the back throw. Wow, all right. Okay, that scaled very quickly. Way more than I thought it would.
Again, not exactly at the ledge, but pretty close to it. Next one certainly will get the job done. Doesn't really matter where on the stage, but that challenge going to work out for Dan.
What move was that?
I think it was up air.
He didn't look like he turned his body.
Yeah. What happened was it was the very
instant animation.
It was the very startup of the up air. Mario hadn't like flipped yet, and then he just immediately went to the get hit animation.
Looked like he headbutted him. Like they went in for the headbutt, the meaty like pound into each other. Or like two angry dudes headbutt each other. But Pichu unfortunately was face towards the sky, and when that's Pichu, you die quickly.
You can see how convenient it is when like you're playing Pichu, or you're playing against a Pichu, and just suddenly all your moves that weren't kill moves become kill moves because he's the lightest character in the game. But that ain't a Pichu, Pete. Tell me about it.
No, this ain't a Pichu at all. Reminiscent of Smash 4, and something that Dan had a little bit of a hard time dealing with and adapting to, as did everybody else in that game. Tyroy bringing out the Bayonetta. New game, new world.
This is my first time commentating Tyroy's Bayonetta in this game, so this should be interesting.
There's a lot
first time commentating Bayonetta in this game. I played against them, but not commentated one.
There's a lot of people out there, you'll hear say things like, you know, the Bayo man will be like, oh, Bayo was over nerfed. If the character is not bottom tier in this game, they are still viable. Meaning they were not over nerfed just because you're not the best character in the game. However,
who's Bayo comboing who right now?
Wow, okay, that looked familiar from the other direction. That killed Bayo at like 70. Yoshi's story.
The platforms on this stage are higher than the platforms on Battlefield as a rule, even the top platform.
And I believe the ceiling's a little lower. So that equating to a very excellently timed ladder combo for Dan. Tyroy also, it's pretty well showing just based on some of, I think, the options he's using. He hasn't really been messing too much with Bayo in the new game. One thing to note is that Witch Time now extends a little bit farther than it used to based on getting Witch Time through projectiles. So if he can catch a fireball with Witch Time, he can get kind of a freer Witch Time on Mario than Dan might be expecting.
Looking for it in that situation, but not going to pull the trigger as Dan. He understands the way to play around that move is still very similar to what it was in the previous game.
Tyroy's starting to get a little bit of a handle on his gameplay, just with the character in general. Switching to Bayo from other characters has got to be really difficult.
Especially from Pichu. Maybe that's why I just feel like she looks so slow right now. Maybe it's because of the engine just giving kind of a general speed boost to everyone in the cast, but she just, like, her movement horizontally just feels tanky to me.
Yeah, she is a little bit tankier than she was, although you did just watch a Pichu, as you did mention.
Yeah.
That is absolutely a little bit of a, just like, effect from that. However, not mattering. That back air going to take the stock, but Tyroy losing a stock to a back air himself previously to that to find himself down in a 2-1 deficit, but also a 1-0 game deficit. So he really needs to kind of pull this back. Otherwise, he's going to be on the ropes.
You can't even heel slide through the shield anymore. You see it. Just, all of these changes adding up into just a tricky neutral in this situation for Tyroy versus Dan.
Yeah, Bayonetta's neutral was always the weakest part of her Smash 4 game. If she had legitimate, like, quote-unquote weaknesses, exploiting her neutral was the thing that you really had to go for. And now it's much easier with the engine, with her not being able to heel slide through shield, with her not being maybe as quick as the other characters are in those respects. And even when you do win neutral, you don't auto basically kill at 0. Like, that's kind of gone now.
Right.
You have to just kind of pile on damage, win a few neutral exchanges more, and just get as much out of your combo game as you can. But she is still good. Geist won a solo Bayo tournament with her out by him. So the character still has viability, but...
Maybe that was in Kentucky? I might be mistaken. He's
been.
from Ohio, but it's not a long trip from Ohio to Kentucky.
I thought he might have gone a little bit more northeast. Could be mistaken.
Oh, yeah, he could have traveled for it, too. Don't forget.
Tyroy looking a little bit better after escaping death before, but that down air should absolutely do it. That sends you straight up in this game. So Dan going to take a 2-0 lead on winner's side. Looking sharp.
I think Bayo might be the character who, this is going to be a bold claim. Bayo might be the character who benefited the least from the systemic changes.
That's not bold. Like, that's absolutely true.
You can't spam air dodge, which means you can't spam bat within. You can't, I don't know what she really gets out of, like, running down tilt. Like, you could get, I've seen some stuff where, like, you can get, like, down tilt RAR back air in, like, a weird spot.
I honestly think the only character that got worse of like a deal based on the new engine than Bayo is Little Mac. Because the one thing Little Mac had was crazy ground speed. Now he just is a regular ground speed character, so he has like nothing. But here we go back to Pichu. Now we're going to see that speed again. Tyroy, I think, had to switch to Bayo for a game to know that that's no longer the play. It's not even going to fluster his opponents that he used to fluster, because they even know mentally. Part of it was mental against Bayo before. Like, oh, I don't want to get hit. I'm going to get 0 to death, whatever. But knowing that's not going to happen as frequently, I think allows players to just kind of play their game. Dan especially kind of showed, like, I'm not afraid of Bayo stuff anymore. Ladder comboed him. He went up there. So now Tyroy back to the Pichu. I'm actually kind of surprised we didn't see a Crom switch.
No, I like the Pichu here, especially on the stadium. We saw how good the advantage state from Pichu can be against Mario, and that should be dead. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely dead. He didn't have his jump back even if he didn't die from that forward tilt. So he went flying away. And Tyroy looking a lot better this game than he did the previous game. He looked this good game 1, but Dan wound up pulling it all the way back in a close one. Tyroy going back, trusting in the Pichu, looking strong. Not going to quite get the Pichu death. That grab. Goes for the forward throw. Doesn't want to stale back throw. Next back throw should kill from pretty much anywhere. Probably off the top.
Not from there.
Oh, just goes for the pizza pie.
Oh, Pichu's so small. He was able to... I think he did spot dodge it too.
Yeah, that was definitely a spot dodge. Back air. Yeah, that'll explode Pichu from anywhere on most maps. All right. Dan, bring it close to even. Gets the grab. Not going to get a whole lot out of it. 25 still pretty good off the grab, though. Here we go. Oh, another 25 exactly. 25 point something. The Tyroy with the double jab lock forward smash. Trying to put Dan's second stock away. Not quite going to kill on this particular stage. Pokemon Stadium, very wide stage. We don't realize this is probably the largest stage in the set right now.
Especially with no Kalos in this particular stage list. All right, no tech again. You can't miss those.
Yeah, especially not against Pichu. But probably this might be the scariest jab lock of any character outside of like Yoshi.
No, Pichu's jab lock scared. Yoshi jab lock hurts like a truck, but Pichu's forward smash, that move is insane.
Ooh!
But wow, he just blew up.
Dan dash cancel, charging up smash, waiting on Tyroy to land. Tyroy has been landing aerialing a lot in the matchup. Dan with a really smart read at a crucial time to kind of put Tyroy now officially on the ropes. If Dan can get back on stage, bring the stock back, he can end the tournament right here. Otherwise, we'll see Tyroy's continuous climb from loser's side for at least one more game.
Tyroy has to win 3 games in a row. Don't forget, there's plenty of work to be done.
Yeah, and then another set after that. Although I feel like if he gets that momentum, that'll be a scary thing.
We've seen him do that before, where like someone was a game away.
Oh yeah.
Then he makes the reverse 3-0, but okay, that'll do it.
Make it back. Gets poked with the neutral Bs.
The golf claps from the audience at Pokemon Stadium. At the end of that, when you catch that noise.
Pichu's so cute.
Yeah, he's adorable.
Adorable. Adorable.
Not as cute as Yoshi. Sorry, Pichu.
Yarn Yoshi?
Crafted Yoshi is adorable. I just want to give him a big hug. Big ol' hug.
Alright. Tyroy gonna stick Pichu. That game looked a lot better than the previous two. He had Dan kind of just playing from behind the whole game.
Dan gets his counter pick, though, for 2 games, if necessary. Battlefield is the choice. We saw how good Yoshi's story was for Dan in that Bayonetta game.
I actually don't like this counter pick that much because Tyroy has also shown he can get a ton off of the platforms with the Pichu chains, just like Mario can. But Dan, this might just be a comfort pick for him. I assume he's going to know his character a little bit better than Tyroy, and I don't make that statement lightly, but Dan has played Mario pretty much exclusively.
When you are this comfortable with your character, you have to think, what's the stage give me an advantage more than it gives my opponent an advantage? And so I appreciate the confidence in the Battlefield pick.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Both land on stage.
They both neutral get up from the opposite platform. I don't know if I've ever seen that happen.
It's
they both miss a tech.
Not on a grand finals. I don't think I've ever seen that for sure.
That was silly. It's the little things in this game that I enjoy sometimes.
Dan's sitting in shield maybe a little bit more than he probably should be given the situation. He's been getting a lot off of his more aggressive plays this set and pretty much every other set. And I think, you know, a lot of the spot dodging, a lot of the shielding, and Tyroy has just been punishing it with the speed of Pichu. I think Dan just needs to be a consistent hitbox.
I don't hate the shielding as much because Tyroy hasn't really shown the preponderance to kill off of grabs as much. Like, he'll kill off of things like the down tilt or the up tilt or like an edge guard situation. But just doing the bear in neutral, very scary, but everyone's living.
I'm more scared of the idea of
see, down throw thunder not gonna land here. You don't necessarily need to be as afraid of shield as you are the Pichu's other options.
Gets the grab, eats him up, takes the first stock. I'm more saying the shielding because I feel like he got shield poked once or twice, or knew he would, so he dropped shield. Also, shield grabbing is just not as strong. There's just a couple times Pichu punished Dan when he was sitting in shield in various ways. Gets the up throw.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow. All right, this is where Battlefield coming into play. Putting Pichu to... Okay, no longer death percentage because the rage is gone, but putting him up to 54 is pretty good. And Pichu will hurt himself marginally. Actually, it's a great design for Pichu, because if you're ever like, oh, Pichu's too strong, like if they wind up going back and patching for whatever reason, and somebody's like, oh, convinces them Pichu's too
Pichu
strong.
has definite weaknesses.
No, you can just change it to be like, okay, instead of like 0.4, for example, on a move is the damage you take, just make it 0.5. Just change it so minimally that it'll make various differences throughout a set, but, you know, that he inherently is the easiest balance change.
At the same time, like, Thunderbolt does 8% on hit, and you take 0.5. You can whiff it 16 times before you break even.
Oh yeah, I'm not by any means saying like nerf Pichu. I'm saying that based on his design, a balance change for him that doesn't inherently change the character is much easier. As Tyroy suiciding with the upbeat, Dan kind of breathed a sigh of relief there. I kind of saw it in the chair. He like hunched himself up. I don't know if that was a focus or a relief.
Did the flood like scare Tyroy to low recover and then miss it?
I think he did.
Really sure.
I think he just missed the recovery. When you wouldn't be a Pikachu or Pichu player if you didn't flub a recovery every now and then. And Tyroy has only been playing the character for so long.
Can we talk about those 4 empty full hops?
No. Dan doing the same
4 of
thing.
them?
That was a lot of empty full hops. And that's the thing, what I'm saying. Dan sitting in shield, Tyroy's going to catch on.
That might be the adaptation.
Ooh, Dan going for the up smash.
And that shield poked. Okay. Now your over shielding might be coming into play. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Definitely relevant. Dead even almost, within 2% of each other. And the more Pichu throws out random moves, the closer they'll get.
But getting one big punish means you have even that much more room to work with.
All right, Dan getting back to stage. Tyroy unable to keep him away. Going for the shield grab. Once again, Tyroy landing on the other side of him. He's been doing that a lot very intentionally. Even if his moves miss, he's just trying to put himself in a position where he doesn't get grabbed on land.
Yeah, grab is Mario's gateway to big damage at this particular percent, but he needs to land one, and just playing around it is working out brilliantly here for Tyroy. Very close to actually sealing out of stock if he can get something started at the ledge or otherwise.
Yeah, he just needs a read. Decent read will kill Dan pretty quickly. Tyroy's got a lot of options, but he's got to be cautious because a lot of his kill moves have a lot of end lag. That one does not, though. Forward tilt puts him in a scary spot. Well, Pichu, if he gets like errant smash attacks, he can just explode, but if you get down beat, you will also explode. Pichu can do that, so we're going to go to game 5. We talked about this.
I mentioned that like you could play around with Pichu. You can let him grab you, but that was just the exact percent where Tyroy had it.
Now, that was very much... Tyroy adapted to the shielding of Dan. He shielded so much in that 4th game, and by the 3rd stock, Tyroy, like, we saw 4 straight empty hops. Just waiting, like, oh, I can shield poke you from here. So Dan's going to need to adapt his gameplay a little bit.
They're talking about MDSR versus DSR versus all those sorts of things. So that means it'll just be Battlefield instead of Yoshi's Story. As the counter pick here for Dan. And we're sticking with this matchup. Not going to see no Bayonetta. The Bayonetta wasn't quite ready, I think, for the particular role that he wanted it to serve on the triplat. So Pichu working out, though, with perfect adaptations. on the part of Tyroy, particularly on that last stock. So let's get into game 5 of set 1.
Yeah, we're getting in real quick. Tyroy putting on a fast 42% and counting. Although I will point out that the stage pick Battlefield, Dan definitely still got more mileage out of the platform than Tyroy did last week. So something that just keep an eye out for.
But all of a sudden, these platforms do not look like a safe haven for Dan to land, and that might just rewrite the script on Battlefield platform narrative that you were just discussing.
Yeah, it's a scary thing when now Tyroy can change to more aggressive play. You'll start to see that come into play more. And that neutral B, not a lot Mario can do there. That's just a little bit of a tricky situation. If Tyroy times that neutral B perfectly, you can't really up B through it without trading with it. It'll push you back. And if you up B too high, he just gets the free forward tilt. So just kind of lose-lose. Then going up for something crazy there, reading the high recovery. That one kind of confused me.
You just understanding risk versus reward on that, right?
Oh, yeah. There was no risk there to go for that, but then I don't think the spike kills.
The reward would have been... No, that would have killed. It's Pichu, dude. He just would have popped like a balloon.
He was like 30%.
I don't care.
Yeah, okay, fine.
It's Pichu. See ya.
Oh, there you go. That's
spoke
a Pichu
too soon.
There's a Pichu, see ya. Tyroy getting the grab immediately using the iframes to his advantage. Put on a good 40+% on Mario very quickly.
I think Dan needs to go for like early stocks against Pichu a little more. Like he's trying to, you know, play this map like he was playing against Lucina or the Game & Watch earlier, right? Where you like get him to like a fair percent in air quotes.
Oh, neutral getup getting caught by the multi-hit of the Pichu forward smash. I fully agree with you.
You want to kill Pichu at like 75 or 80. That's your job.
I think if you can get a really early kill on Tyler, you can fluster him a little bit too. I think that's really important.
Because Pichu's too good in these neutral situations. Oh, that... I don't know if he could have jab locked there.
That's the neutral air. Another neutral air. Just dancing around him with neutral airs. See, like right there, the up air could be landing up smash. The up smashes he's thrown out have all been pretty wildly successful because Tyroy's been approaching at that angle where it'll hit him. There it is.
All right. Dan's in this game.
Oh, absolutely. It's never over till it's over against the Pichu. You can get 2 good combos and explode 2 Pichu stocks just immediately.
He's getting some errant hits here. That's the start of something, 25 to 70. Still quite behind.
Got to stay aggressive, though. He was getting really aggressive with the neutral airs, and there it is. Gets up air, up air, up air, up air, up air. Goes for 6. Can't quite get 6, but Pichu's now at 56%, which, as we discussed...
He would have killed Pichu if he landed that fast fall into another up air. We've seen how violent the ladder can be. It doesn't really start off, you know, down through up tilt like it had in Smash 4, but you can still start it off of up airs, particularly falling ones in this game.
Dan gets a lot of mileage off of players air dodging into his dash attacks on platforms when he goes for ladder combos, but Tyroy is not really doing that, so Dan, I think, has just been trying to poke damage. But now this is where he can kind of fish for up smashes. If he hits one, that's game, set, match. If he can do it, we're dead even here.
One hit away is Dan, but he can't get knocked off the stage. We've seen also how good Pichu is at the edge guard opportunities against the linear recovery.
Oh, Dan, really smart. High recovery. Air dodge away, goes for the dash. Up smash, but Tyroy was ready for it. Tyroy just says, I'm going to put you off stage. This has been working really well. Ooh, spot dodge. Ooh. Oh, man.
This is very close.
That's how you push the delete button on a Pichu. If it hits, he's gonna fish for it. I feel like you get...
Oh, no!
Air dodge into the forward tilt.
And the reset is complete.
And he
By
knows
the
it too.
skin of his teeth, though, Tyroy snuck out that game. Dan was this close to bringing that comeback back.
Yeah, that was quite the comeback. So we're going to go to a second set. Tyroy completing the reverse 3-0 to reset the bracket. So he is still in this.
Tyroy still has not won an Ignition.
No, he is not. So he would like to erase that piece of history. Right that wrong, so to speak.
Won a Smash Ultimate
Dan,
Ignition. I don't know if I actually said that.
No, yeah, absolutely Smash Ultimate Ignition. This
I meant
this
to
is
imply.
new game, new life. Dan, meanwhile, is going to try to be the wall here, the one that prevents Tyroy from completing this full-on comeback. Every one of these games, short of, I think, Game 3, has been very close. So, still...
Oh, the Bayo got whopped in Game 2.
Yes.
Pichu did a whopping
that
in
was,
Game 3.
that was Game 2, excuse me.
Yeah.
I think a lot of games stay close with Pichu. You just have to kind of stay focused, stay on stage is a big part of this matchup. As these guys, Pokemon Game 1, kind of surprises me. If I'm Tyroy, I would not want to be here again. And that is exactly why. You're still going to melt at 100, but Mario's going to live through some of your specific possibilities for kill moves on other stages.
Well, you're striking Battlefield and you're striking, what's the other stage?
He probably striked Lilat based on the stage list. Although, Dan probably, you could have made him strike Lilat and bring him to, like, you don't want to...
It's not the old Lilat of Pikachu's heyday in Smash 4, right? Where you can quick attack cancel all over the place and just be a complete menace in the neutral game.
Well, you can, but I mean, I don't think Tyroy's gotten quite to that point yet. It's not like he's been playing Pichu for years, like somebody like Esam has been playing Pikachu. But eventually, yeah, you get to be confident in your agilities, in this case for Pichu. You do have the capability to do that. But Lilat's a tricky stage as is, hasn't had a lot of testing. We are still very early in the game's lifespan, and I feel like Tyroy is least comfortable with the up B recoveries of Pichu of any other facet of the character. Gets the grab, back throw. That will absolutely take the second stock. Dan looking
eat him down to one stock.
Game one.
This has been a statement game for Dan, of course, in game one of the reset bracket.
Dan looked like he was starting to figure some things out towards the end of that fifth game. So we're going to see how well that carries out over. He's got a little bit of about a stock lead in this game one.
This is the most snooze-worthy track on this stage.
You do not like Pokemon music, though. Just as a general rule.
No, I like good Pokemon music. This is just like the most snoozy one. Maybe it's because it's 1:30 in the morning, 1:40 in the morning.
It's because it's like a background noise. Like, it's not loud enough. It's not epic enough. You got like champion battle music in this game, and you're getting
really
the
not
route
feeling
music.
this one.
This makes me feel like I'm going to fall asleep hunting for shinies. I don't even hunt for shinies, but I'm still going to fall asleep.
I feel like that's based off a true story.
Nah, never been that guy. Could be that guy. Gets the grab. I'm going to go for the back throw to displace Pichu. Dan not getting a whole lot out of getting Pichu off stage, though. He's been getting more out of keeping Pichu above him, so I'm actually kind of surprised to not see an up throw come out. He was doing those earlier on in the set. All right.
Well, he's getting a lot of hits in the disadvantaged state. They may not be like true combos. Like, you'll eventually kill Pichu at 150, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You could probably, like, down tilt him and he'd die off the top.
Oh, gets him with the flood, goes for the cape, wasn't even necessary.
I want to see a Mario kill Pichu with down tilt at, like, 200 now. I bet that's a thing.
Mario down tilt.
I bet you that's a thing.
Oh, I'm sure it's a thing. Wouldn't surprise me.
It's probably not actually a thing, but it would be really funny.
I feel like
I would enjoy it.
Mario can get, like, the up air, air dodge read into down air somehow and, like, kill off the top at, like, 50. 60 if it's a Pichu would be very interesting.
That move scaled with rage so much in Smash 4.
Down air?
Yeah, Mario down air. That move was like just kind of insane.
It really did. So we're going to go to game 2 of the reset. Tyler eking out a 3-2 victory, set 1. But Dan with the statement game 1 win, he's looking cleaner and cleaner as the set goes on. I think a big part of this is just how much Pichu has he really played against. I know that Dan and Tyroy have played each other quite a few times, actually, in Ultimate, considering they've been to all over the place. But in this particular matchup, with this many reps under his belt, figure out, like, oh, Pichu does this, here's how I explode the character, here's how my combo trees work, even a little bit better than he already knows them, the better Dan could be looking. Meanwhile, Tyroy kind of learning his character in real time, it feels like, in some aspects. It's just impossible to, like, not factor in, like, oh, Dan played Mario, not Mario played Dan. Dan played Mario in Smash 4 for 4 years, like, basically since the game began.
Several thousands of hours.
I doubt Tyroy had a bunch of Pikachu up in that game. Although he did play a lot of random stuff. He was out here winning tournaments with DDD at one point.
I do remember that. Tyroy taking advantage of the walled stage, although he's going to die for the back throw, as is tradition. In the disadvantage, you're able to do those high Thunder Jolts, and they eventually crawl back up onto the stage, and it can give you like a ledge get up for free if you time it perfectly, along with the Thunder Jolt. That is an advantage that Pikachu can eke out, and Pichu can eke out on this stage. Obviously, he still got hit by the back throw regardless.
Is it just me, or does Mario's Nair, like landing Nair into things, is that even better than it was in Smash 4? Like, he just has more options off of falling Nair. Down smash.
It's just as good, I would say. Not as crazy. You can SDI the down smash of Pichu, maybe even Pikachu. I'm sure it works for both. You can SDI it down and tech on the stage, make sure that the last hit doesn't connect. That's something that Dan could have done to save his skin in that particular situation.
Pichu's shield is getting really low there, and Dan opted to go challenge with his own shield. And that's the Smash 4, I feel like, falling in. Like, you can guarantee, like, down air a Pichu's shield / spot dodge, and you're either poke him or his shield might break. But you're gonna poke him. Almost guaranteed.
You'll come up with something.
Yeah, like, you have options there. Forward throw here from Dan, though. Looking good. Despite that,
Pichu's so low when he neutral gets up from this ledge on Yoshi's Island Brawl. Just like any short hop barrel, I'm sure it's going to go clean over him in disadvantage.
oh yeah, this is an excellent stage for him. Tyroy getting the down air, and he's able to combo it a little bit. All right, Dan with the short hop back air. Excellent challenge on the Pichu, and he even had the slope a teeny tiny bit in his favor, relevant for possible low profile. Catches the jump up on lightning loop, so we're gonna have an even stock game.
You know, by not going for like the 0 to 80 lightning loop combos, that back air is a little bit more fresh to take the stocks when you drag someone off to the left or right on the stage. Yeah, make sure it takes the stock a little bit earlier, a little bit more guaranteed.
The stage is also not as big as it appears. I'm actually a little surprised that killed. Now I remembered where they were. Dan getting Pichu up there. 87% is a lot when you're a Pichu, but he's still got to find the way to kill. 111. All right, now we're in range where finding a way to kill is more errant hit territory almost on this tiny little electric mouse. Back throw, not quite yet.
It's still like any errant hit at this point, I'm sure, will be enough to clean up this Pichu and put Tyroy in a very bad position, but okay. There's a hit right back.
Oh, that almost did it, but Dan with the short hop second back air reading the jump out of Thunder. That was a really, really smart input. Like,
yeah.
And he did it so fast, too. Falling back air, immediate buffer jump back air again to read that jump from Tyroy.
Now, Tyroy's in the precarious position. I don't know if I've ever seen this happen.
Not a stage.
Where to win the tournament, you have to reverse 3-0 the guy in Grands twice. Have you ever seen that?
I've watched a lot of Melee, but never in. I don't think I really ever saw that in Smash 4. That was such a.
I've seen reverse 3-0s.
Yeah, reverse 3-0s happen.
I've never seen a reverse 3-0 twice in a row against the same guy.
That doesn't mean it can't happen, but this game is fast-paced enough. It's different from Smash 4 in that aspect. Melee, it just happened by default back in the day, because those games are so wild and fast-paced, and matchups have so many different little micro-spacing things where wild stuff happens. This game, I'm not going to say that the movement is more limited that game than it is in that game, but let's face it, that's just by definition. It has to be a little bit.
More often in this game, you see like the guy get the reverse 3-0 by the skin of his teeth, and then the guy who was in winner's like, okay, it's time to shut the door, and I'm just going to whomp you. You get the 3-0 on the back end, right? But yeah. Tyroy, of course, a very capable player. We've seen adaptations between these two players throughout even this reset bracket.
Tyroy is known to be the guy that can play well against the ropes, but Dan, no slouch, holding a lead or from that position himself, so he understands the mentality necessary. So both these guys just kind of have to play their own game. That was very close to getting that last poke hit.
Wouldn't have been enough to kill Mario, but I mean, it would have been good damage. Can't shake that.
Forward throw from Pichu. Tyroy gonna pair. Get up attack. I like that. We haven't really seen that much. Good mix-up in that situation, get himself back on stage in this high-percentage situation. Against these two characters, with these two characters, first stock is so critical.
I'm kind of shocked that get-up attack worked, because, like, I thought Yoshi's Brawl would mess with it, right? But it looks like the first stock does go to the Pichu here, getting that drag to the left on the back air.
The reason it's critical because both the characters are so explosive that if you don't take the stock right back immediately, you can find yourself at, like, 80. That kind of smacked him, but he's back. Barely not killing. Back throw, absolutely. Gonna push the backspace button on the keyboard for that Pichu
That sent him back to the last set. Get out of here.
Up throw, down air. Goes for the forward air. I haven't seen that yet.
That's the old Smash 4 combo. I missed that one. It's one of my favorites.
He ate 30 damage for going for it. Ooh, Tyroy has absolutely missed him.
I have to assume that would have killed.
The side B?
Yeah.
That was a missed input. He was going just for a neutral beam. I have to assume that.
I have to assume that was a real thing. That's awesome. Just let it be.
Okay, that's fine. Would have been the sickest read.
I know. That's why I want it. I saw him go for that on Moniker. In their Moniker set, the reset.
Ooh, the slope kind of saving him from the super shield pressure. But Dan following up with a grab either way. Gonna flood the Pichu. Fireball, that was a little weird looking. Back throw not quite yet.
Persistent with this flood edge guard.
For the falling forward air.
That lower lip has helped Pichu so many times in this game, both of these games.
Yeah, it's an excellent counter pick stage for the character, especially in the matchup. But that grab, a lot of pummels. Up throw not gonna do it. I feel like back throw may have.
There's a little stale at the point.
I can never tell with Pichu, if I'm being perfectly honest. Good fade back forward after the air dodge to prevent himself from getting whacked. Almost falling for the same thing he tricked himself with last set with the air dodge into the forward tilt from Pichu. Tyroy fishing for it a little bit now. No harm in trying. Nice! Gets him on the... Okay,
forward tilt!
What do I know? There is harm in trying.
Mario forward tilt killed. I have never seen that before in my life.
It's a little stronger in this game. Also, that's a Pichu. Also, that Pichu is at a lot.
Yeah, it was like 170 Pichu. I think that's like how much percent your Pichu takes in total in a 3-stock game.
Right, Dan missing.
At least mine does.
Dan missing the shield grab, getting punished. Tyroy trying to hang around. Once again, we're going to go to a last stock situation. That jab going to push Tyroy away. Dan with the run-up shield again.
Ooh, okay. Good challenge on the way down here from Pichu. If you got hit by that up air clean, that might have just been the stock.
All right, gets the neutral air. Putting Pichu at a point where that damage is going to rack up as he exists. Grab forward throw for sure. Gets him off stage. And now, Tyroy in a bad spot. But he was in a bad spot last time too. So you never know what can happen.
And if you just get a catch here, you get a platform chase. Let's see what you can do.
There's the
second chase. All right,
30
Mario off stage. That fireball to homie.
Yeah, that fireball might be just enough, given the circumstances. If he gets on ledge and turns it into a grab somehow.
And air dodge right on time. All of a sudden, Tyroy in this.
With all the shielding, that was the best one. Waiting out the forward tilt to not get detonated. Lightning loop not going to quite do it.
With the grab, and that could have been the game too.
I think Tyroy expected him to fly away. He didn't think that last lightning loop hit wasn't going to hit. Dan fishing for back airs. Able to recover. Does Pichu have a kill throw? No.
It's not back throw. Like, way late it'll be back throw.
Oh, gets him with the forward tilt on rollback, and Tyroy going to hang around once again.
That game was like 115 to 30. And Pichu ran it all the way back off of just that one catch.
Pichu puts on fast damage. And you were right about the platform chase, absolutely. Tyroy was able to get it, put Dan off stage for a good 40 seconds or so.
So it begins here for Tyroy, who has to win 2 games in a row. Lilac Cruz for Dan on the counter pick.
I love that counter pick. And I love that counter pick because I know Dan doesn't even like the stage, but because he knows that Pichu can just kind of have issues here. The thing that's scary though about this is that the slopes allow Pichu to low profile a little bit. Also,
not as much as Yoshi's Brawl.
No, not as much as Yoshi's Brawl, but this is Dan's counter pick. On the other hand, Pichu can't really reach the platform with anything as well. He has to platform chase in a tiny space. So we'll see what these players are able to do. Lilat a very medium-sized stage. I think he's hoping for the Pichu has issues with recovery. Tyroy's already suicided once in this grand finals, not this particular set.
Right.
With a rough up B. And you never know what can happen with a Pikachu up B on Lilat. You can get really messed up by that. Not as much in this game as other games, though, since the tilting of the ship is no longer in existence.
But these two are chasing each other pretty aggressively in the advantage state at the moment. Not really going for landing traps, but just going for interceptions in midair. And okay, that super jump punch gonna find the mark through the Thunder Jolt, and there's an up smash. Dan in pole position.
Dash cancel up smash is so crazy in this game. What just happened? What hit Dan off stage?
Oh,
that was a short up dare that looked almost like a grab throw that I had never seen. I think the lilac background is tripping me out. All right, even stocks once again. These guys have played each other very even because pretty much every time you get touched, you're in threat of dying. So they'll each win a neutral exchange and be like, haha, next one I win, you explode. Like, here we go again. Pichu at 60, 79.
Not quite enough to KO.
Yeah, you never know. Depends what he catches him with.
On this stage, you don't have that top battlefield platform to help reset those combos.
No, but it's a shorter ceiling, so up smash might just blow Pichu up, especially now. But it might have before. You never know. Dan going for the forward smash. We're trying to read the jump up. That would have been a crazy call out, but he is getting punished for the attempt.
I believe double jump is gone here, but okay, everyone playing a little conservatively until that forward smash happened, which I like playing like that when you're a little bit ahead in that position.
Well, the forward smash is such a good lingering hitbox that it's easy for the opponent to just kind of move into it. Dan's in a bad spot now. Good air dodge to the platform. Tyroy reading the roll up. Dan not going for that this time. Can't quite get the grab off of the falling down on the platform.
Now in that position.
Oh, love that.
Tyroy advanced it, but if I were him, I would have stayed like to the left or the right, right? Because we were talking about that low profile.
Yep.
And you can use the Thunder Jolt to help cover, but thought he had a read maybe that he didn't quite have, and that up smash met his mark.
It was just one of those situations where I feel like Tyroy dashed full dash, like the distance of Foxtrot, a little longer than he meant to in that one situation. That's a scary time to do it. That forward tilt going to get him there. I've gotten caught by that a set number of times today. Dan going for a little trickiness there. Tyroy getting the grab again, though. This is where the shielding comes into play. Tyroy's been going for a lot of grabs early percents. Dan's just kind of been getting caught by those grabs only early. Tyroy's
gets the re-grab. This is explosive damage right now from the Pichu player.
86 is a lot.
You gotta respect that forward smash. Look how low the shield is from Dan. He tries to let rip on something.
I love the attempt on the rip. Like, when your shield is that low, you gotta do anything.
And where do you run from Pichu right now on the stage? He just is so threatening by holding center.
Yeah. Tyroy is schmoving, too. But Dan gets the grab. He's gonna back throw Pichu just to get the maximum amount of damage. See what he's fishing for the up smash. He thinks it'll kill.
It probably will. This is Pichu here. But eating the jump get up. Fireball helping cover again here, but no! Caught him on the roll, and we are one game away from deciding this tournament champion.
All right, yeah, we are going to go to the game 10. Tyroy looking for the double reverse 3-0. Something, as you said, you've never really seen.
I've never seen that, at least at an Ignite.
Well, this is what happens when you switch games. Smash 4, I think that was just, the game was too volatile for that to really happen on a frequent enough basis to where you'd be up 2-0 and then drop 3, and then you'd be up 2-0 and then drop 3 twice. Because something crazy would happen if you even went up 2-0. Too many 1-1s, too much can happen.
Dan believes in the counter pick.
I believe in Dan's counter pick just as much.
He has been a hair's breadth away from sealing out the tournament. But in both of those games, he's lost this one. Like, you have to feel pretty confident regardless of the whole situation.
Yeah, both players are playing excellently. There's a good chance this whole game comes down to, or this whole tournament comes down to last stock, last hit. For what would probably be the 5th or 6th time this series.
I mean, there's only been how many?
No, I mean like just this grand finals series of 2 sets.
Okay. I thought you were talking about Ignites in general.
Ignites in general, I think, have been a little bit clean. Like wins in a lot of cases. But tonight, no. These guys are battling.
The Seth one was very clean. I remember that one. Ned vs. Panda was incredibly tense.
Yes.
I think Panda vs. Tyroy was very tense last week, if I'm not mistaken. Anti-air from nowhere. You just... And that was like the reverse jump cancel one almost. You saw Dan just turn around, find the mark. That was a very early Pichu stock. Finally here for Dan.
Yeah, he needed that. I really... The stage is really good for that, too. Just the positioning of the platforms and being able to cover those 2 gaps in the platforms with, like, dash cancel up smashes for Pichu being anywhere in the vicinity. Very good for Dan.
But that shield poke gonna make its mark. That shield's been super low for Dan, like pretty much that entire stock, like the last end of it after he got the stock KO himself.
Yeah, he was just trying to tack on a little bit of extra percent. Not get hit by anything that would blow him up, but Tyroy's been better at low percents against him than high percents. Maybe he wants to change up when he gets aggressive, given the circumstance, but he is playing an excellent game right now. So if he just keeps on keeping on, he might be able to get that last hit and the last stock if it comes to it again in his favor this time.
Low for blow so far in stock 2. Ooh, that was a bold cape.
That was a bold cape. Man's a wild man out here. Ooh, I like that. The conversion into the super jump punch.
That was back aired up here, right?
It was reverse hit of up air.
Oh, it was reverse hit up there. Okay.
It was a really nice conversion. Probably pretty unexpected by Tyroy. With that short hop on the back air, trying to seal out the stock.
Tyroy has, I think that's the first time he's taken the stock first in the second to first stock, right?
Yes, but here we go. Last stock, as it had to be, game 10 with these two gentlemen. It's fairly tense right now, as it should be.
I don't think we could have asked for a better finish.
No, this is an excellent set.
Either it'll be Dan taking his second ignition, right? I believe he's already won one.
Something like that.
In Ultimate.
We'll find that out in just a moment.
Or Tyroy winning his first. So, either way, very worthy champion will be crowned in just a few short moments. And Tyroy going off at the moment.
Super jump punch to get back on stage. That's been utilized well for Dan. Oh, it trades in that manner.
Oh, what a drift! That was insane.
Dan escaping death. Dan escaping death in the craziest way.
If he got hit by either the Thunder Jolt or the forward smash or any of that stuff, he was super dead. But he is living, and that was his chance.
Tyroy going to catch with the lightning loop again, but he is unable to do so. But that forward tilt going to take it. Tyroy bringing it all the way back twice in that grand finals. Meta Tyroy going to be your ignition number 165 champion over Super Dan, finishing in second place. Anonymous Moniker 3 with the customary third. And I believe Earl of Venom got fourth? Fifth. Fourth.
Earl of Venom got fourth.
Okay.
That was a crazy finish.
That was a great
double reverse 3-0.
Yeah, now you've seen it.
I've seen it.
Now you can join in with all the old game players who see that once a week.